Okay, I'm in Falmouth, Virginia. It's a suburb of Fredericksburg, and we're at one of the Civil War encampments here, and this gentleman here is going to tell us what's going on.
Well, good morning. My name's Jay Rarick. I'm the Senior Vice Commander of the Irish Brigade Camp, Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War. The group that I am particularly with are not reenactors. We are actually descendants of the federal forces of the Union Army, Navy, Marine Corps, and the Revenue Cutter Service, which was the predecessor of the Coast Guard. Today we're at the Conway House in Falmouth, Virginia, which is in Stafford County. Across the Rappahannock River is the city of Fredericksburg, and beyond that, Spotsylvania County. This is the site of several battles during the Civil War. Today, we're here at Yankees in Falmouth, and we are the Yankees in Falmouth, descendants of the actual soldiers. We have a living history encampment here with reenactors of the U.S. 3rd U.S. Infantry, the 23rd U.S. Colored Troops, the 28th Massachusetts Infantry, and several Confederate groups, including the 47th Virginia. So there are a few Confederates here as well.
Well, let's walk down to the Yankee camp.
Sure. While we're walking, let me tell you a little about our group. The Sons of Union Veterans is the legal heir and representative of the Grand Army of the Republic. The GAR, founded in 1866, was the Union Veterans Organization. At its height, it was 400,000 members, and it was the model that the American Legion, the VFW, are modeled on. We are their heirs because the GAR was limited just to the Union veterans, and so when the last veteran passed away, we became their successor. Okay, behind me here you'll see the camp of the 3rd U.S. Infantry. The 3rd U.S. would have been regular Army, part of the Standing Army before the Civil War. The U.S. colored troops were black troops that were enlisted by the federal government. Their camp is beyond, and they're not set up yet this morning. But they would have been freedmen and escaped slaves who were brought into the Union forces. They became regular Army and were the origin of what later became the Buffalo Soldiers. The units of the U.S. colored troops were consolidated after the war into the 27th, 28th Infantry and the 9th and 10th Cavalry that you know out in the West as the Buffalo Soldiers, but they were regular Army. Yeah. The 28th Massachusetts was a state-raised regiment. They were part of the famous Irish Brigade that fought here at Fredericksburg that took over 50% casualties in the assault on Marie's Heights, which are about a mile behind us here, behind the photographer.
I only have so much here, so I want to tell me about the church.
Well, this is actually a home. This is the Conway home, and it is a structure that was here during the battle. This side of the river was occupied by the federal forces. The owner of this private home every year opens it up for this living history encampment. The tents over here, well, the cannon you'll see is one that belongs to the local National Guard Armory, and they are working up and developing the history of the National Guard, of the militia here from Fredericksburg, and so that cannon is one of their fundraisers. The tent next to it is for the Falmouth Union Church, which is another historical organization here.
And I heard them firing the cannon yesterday,
Well, that cannon is actually across the street, was a Confederate cannon. This one is not serviceable.
Okay.
The men in the green here are federal troops. They are part of Berdan's Sharpshooters, which was a U.S. regular infantry outfit. They would have been the special forces of their day.
Well, I thank you very much, and I'll send this back to California and my friends all over the United States, and they'll learn a little history of the Civil War.
Well, fa-a-bala.